My name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about the short, happy life of Francis Macomber. Now, before I go into summary analysis of this work, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and/or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. All right, so the short, happy life of Francis Macomber. Very interesting story here. Basically, you have this man by the name of Francis Macomber. He's a rich American with his wife, Margot. They go into the African safari. They have a guy by the name of Robert Wilson. And Robert, Wilson is a tough guy. He's brave. He can kill animals. Francis, he's weak. He's a coward. And Margot is the wife, and she's watching all of this. Now, Margot and Francis, they have some marital problems. The husband is a coward. He's not brave. He has lots of money. And, he even tells himself the only reason why his wife is with him is because of his money. And so he believes that she's not going to go anywhere because, she's not a young woman anymore. So it's not like she can compete with a young woman for another man. And at the same time, the wife is like, the husband's not going to leave her for a younger woman because he's just too much of a coward to do so. He's too weak to do so. But within this work, and what we see is Francis, he starts to build up some courage. He starts to get some strength. He starts to build up a little bit of manhood. And when that happens, Margot ends up killing him. Even though she frames it as an accident, it's very intentional that she pretty much killed him because she saw that with this newfound courage and boldness and bravery in his blood, that he's more prepared to probably leave her. So she kills him before he could even get a chance to become a man. Throughout the work, what happens is, they go off hunting after a lion. Francis couldn't kill a wounded lion. Wilson had to step in and save him because when he goes up to kill the lion, he runs away screaming, and Wilson kills the animal. And Margot kisses Wilson on the lips, which is quite strange because she's married to Francis. And when you're married to someone, you don't go out, you don't go kissing other men. And then there's another incident, where Margot disappears in the middle of the night for no good reason. And Francis is like, yeah, you probably went to go sleep with Wilson. And that's heavily implied that she was out sleeping with Wilson. Because, Wilson is the man. He's brave. He's not a coward like her husband. And then also, Margot pretty much doesn't respect Francis that much. She respects Wilson because he's a man. He's rugged. He's has experience in the wild, and Francis is a baby-faced rich man that thinks his money is going to make his wife stay with him. Again, money is a tool to buy things. Money does not. It's not a. It does not supply you with a character. Money is a great tool. It is a great tool to buy stuff, to buy nice stuff, to take care of people. But if you think that money will make someone fall in love with you, you're dead wrong. You are dead wrong. Um, yeah, I mean, Titanic is a great example of that. The rich guy thought he had it all figured out because he had lots of money, but no, it's character. It's who you are. It's the person. Because the looks fade, beauty fades. Money just buys things. But the true thing that makes someone fall in love with you is your character, your personality, who you are. Because after a while, that's the person is what you have that truly you can understand and explore. The money is just, it's a tool to buy things. I mean, you can't fall in love with money. After all, it's just paper. It's paper that's used to buy things. So Francis was like, oh, I have lots of money. She's never going to leave me because I have lots of money. And yeah, that did play a part in it, but more so, she didn't respect him. She saw a man in Wilson and not one in her husband. So the work goes on. They try to hunt different animals. It comes to a point where they're hunting buffalo, and Francis starts to get some backbone within himself, and he starts to, think that he's a man. He's starting to get some courage, he's starting to be brave. And when this braveness gets too much for Margot, she takes a gun and shoots in his direction while he's trying to shoot a buffalo, and she ends up shooting him in the head, and he dies. And Wilson's like, "Well, we got to make this look like an accident, because, yeah." So they pretty much cover up the murder as an accident, a hunting accident, a hunting accident, something that just went wrong in the wild while they're hunting. Because Margot was like, man, if I let him go back to the States with this mentality of bravery that he's found in the wild, there's no way he's going to stay with me and not go for a younger woman. So it's a very interesting work. Um, it's a love triangle, but not really, because it's not that Margot loves Wilson. It's just she just didn't see a man within her husband, and as soon as she saw a man within her husband, she just kills him. Again, the title of the work is "The Short Happy Life of Francis Montgomery." I mean, it's not happy. I mean, the title honestly is mocking him, man. The title is really mocking him, because it's not happy. It's a tragic. It's a very short and tragic life of Francis Montgomery, because as soon as Francis became a man, or he came of age, and he was walking in his courage and boldness and manliness, his wife was like, "Nah, we can't have that," and she just murked him. And so, in terms of deeper meaning and analysis here, there's a lot of things going on in terms of marriage, relationships. They both are kind of horrible people. Francis thought that his marriage would be secured with his stacks of money, and the wife, she thought her livelihood was secured with her husband's, being timid and a coward, and she could probably stay with him forever because he was timid and a coward, and he would never leave her for another a younger woman. Because he's just too much of a coward. But as soon as he becomes bold and he becomes brave and he starts to stand his own ground, she just kills him outright. So we see how cold this is. In many ways, this is a lot about marriages and how complex they are, and how many things could be under the surface. The other thing is, yes, the people were hunting animals, but I think within this work, who is really the hunter and who is really being hunted? Because I think in the realm of society, Francis was always the prey. He was always the weakling in the group. Wilson was always the top dog. Well, Margot and Wilson. Margot was probably the top dog. Wilson was just present, and Francis was being hunted. I mean, even though that Margot is the wife, she is well in control of everything. She was paying attention to everything, and she played Francis like a fiddle. She was kissing Wilson, most likely by some evidence within this work. We can say she was probably sleeping with Wilson. And as soon as when she saw her money, her stack of money, and her husband was going to go away, she kills him. And we know that she's probably going to inherit all of his, you know, money. So she was the hunter the whole time because through manipulation, through the way that she was moving around about. She played the whole situation through to her liking, and as soon as she saw that she was about to lose control, she had no problem shooting her own husband in the head. So who's really the cold and calculated hunter here? She was the huntress within this work. She always had her husband as her prey, carefully, enjoying the money that he provided and living a good life. And as soon as he saw that as soon as she saw that there was a possibility of her husband leaving her, she kills him. She hunts him down and kills him. So very fascinating here. But that's all I have to say about this work. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.